tire up. The other one's still on the ground. This thing has posi traction, so it shouldn't be able to just turn the wheel like this. I mean, it doesn't turn all the way, but it turns quite a bit, and you can hear something binding in there. You hear that? And if you look at the drive shaft, I can turn it quite a bit before the drive shaft actually turns. So there's something definitely messed up with this thing. Like I said, I'm going to pull the diff cover off and we'll see if there's some broken teeth or something. Alright, so I got the diff cover off, and if you can see that right, that is all metal shavings in there. This thing is totally trashed. And I think it might be coming from that gear up there, not really sure. And there, you can't really see, but it is trashed in there too, inside the clutch pack. Given the fact that all those teeth are, or all those metal shavings are in there, I suspect that perhaps this rear end is junk. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to shorten up this drive shaft for my 59. It's a split drive shaft. It's not supposed to be a split drive shaft, but somebody replaced the original transmission with that of a 1955 3-speed with overdrive. So this is how the split drive shaft was installed. Somebody just welded in this angle iron here, and then they notched it out to allow for the carrier bearing. And as you can see, it was too long, so I'm in the process of cutting it down. And they also replaced the engine with a 1955 259 V8, and then I ended up replacing that with a 289. And when I did that, I knocked out the rear differential, and so I swapped that out for a Dana 44. So then when I swapped out the rear differential, this drive shaft is too long. So what we're going to try to do today is shorten it. I'm going to actually grind these out, these welds out, hopefully, and pull the yoke out, cut the tube, put the yoke back in, and then re-weld it. I'm not doing the welding myself. I'm having a professional do it because, you know what, I don't want to die. So you can kind of see that crack that developed all the way around there. That's what you want to see. So next I'm just going to hit it with a hammer and try and knock it out. See, it's starting to split. Try not to damage the yoke. I'm doing this. There we go. And that's how you get it out. Okay, so I got the car back on the ground. And now I'm going to mark where the drive shaft actually needs to be cut. So let's get underneath here. See if I can squeeze underneath here. Oh shit, too far away. Okay, let's see here. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna set this up like so. Line it up. Not sure if you're getting this, so. Now I'm going to mark it to where, roughly where it's going to need to be cut. So, right. So after beating the tar out of this thing for about 20 minutes, I got the slip yoke out of the bearing carrier. I wasn't sure if it was supposed to separate, but apparently it did, or it was supposed to separate. All the grease that was in there ended up drying up and just seizing this thing into place. So I cleaned it up with some brake cleaner and scrubbed the shit out of it with that brush. Seems to work now. Slides in and out with no problem. So I can mount this in the car now, and then I can not have to take the whole entire thing apart when I'm trying to adjust the size. So I'll just make things a hell of a lot easier. So I brought the drive shaft to work with me, and I cut it at work. I just kind of pounded the yoke back in, and now I'm going to test fit it to make sure it fits. If it does fit, then I'll just bring it back to work and weld it up. If it doesn't fit, then yeah, then I'm kind of boned because I don't have another drive shaft. Okay, got the old Menards bag to lay on here and try to squeeze underneath the car. But so there's the finished product. But that's it welded together and put on. And I drove it a few times since then, well, quite a bit since then. I drove it to work, and which is like a 15-minute drive down a freeway. Had this puppy up to 55 miles per hour, but it started cutting out. There's other issues that I have to take care of. I meant to record it. I didn't have a whole lot of time. I was leaving late that day and couldn't get the camera working right, so I had to just drive to work in order to get there on time. But it went without a hitch. I did blow a coolant line. It was actually rubbing up against the fan, and it popped and was leaking coolant all over the place. But all in all, I think it was a success driving it to work. There's the exhaust system I have. It's basically just a couple of pipes. You can kind of see them. There's the other one coming directly off of the headers. So she's pretty loud. And there's a repair I had to do on the gas line, on the fuel line. That broke on me a while back.